What a beautiful luncheon and so many nice people here. I just can't appreciate how much this is to me. Thank you. I am overwhelmed to receive this award. It is a privilege to be honored with these outstanding alumni. Long Beach Chief of Police Robert Luna. Okay, all righty. Do I need to start over?
No.
Okay. Robert Luna, Dr. Martha Molina Bernadette, and Kevin Nagel. I graduated from Poly High School in 1948 and started Long Beach City College in the fall. There was only 4 high schools in Long Beach at that time. Wilson, Poly, and St. Anthony's went to Long Beach City College, while Jordan went to Compton Junior College. I have a table of my family with 10 members there, and if they would stand up, I'd appreciate. We're going to wave, okay? We've had a little bit of mishap in our family. My husband fell and broke his hip, so he will not be here today, but his thoughts are all with us here, I know. He's doing very well. Also, I have a table of Memorial Hospital Auxiliary members, and if they'd raise their hands. I also have a table of Center Guild of Ability First here also. Will they raise their hands? And also I have other friends that are not in any particular group, but they're all over at that table. Will you guys raise your hands? Raise your hands. Okay, thank you. Long Beach City College has always been very important to our family. Harry's 2 sisters graduated from this college. My husband attended here 1 semester only and played football and then signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates, which started his baseball career that lasted 67 years. And of course the Mets are in the World Series, so we're just all yelling and screaming about that. They haven't done much in the last 2 games, but just watch, they'll do better now. I have 3 nieces and 1 nephew that attended City College before moving on to a university. My 4 children all attended Long Beach City College along with 3 grandchildren. My grandson, Shane Miner, broke the all-time save record for the baseball team here. Most of these relatives all played sports. I was not the one that played sports. In fact, I have a hard time throwing a ball, let alone catching. They have all done very well, which we give Long Beach City College credit for. 5 alumni from the Poly class of 1948, my class of Poly, are in the Hall of Fame. We've got Bill Barnes, who was vice president here of the college, Bill O'Neill, who was a professor at USC, Beverly O'Neill, who was our mayor for 3 years, Jack Teal, who was with the Chargers and the Rams, and now I'm here. I had wonderful teachers at Long Beach City College. I'm sorry to say that none of them are living. They've all. When I came to City College, T&T was the most outstanding sorority here, and so I joined it, and then I learned to play bridge out on the square. I attended many dances on campus, and Filky Day was one of the most important dates of our lives. We had 2 Filky Days, one in the fall and one in the spring. And they were held at Irvine Park with games and parade. We loved all days here at City College. I'm honored to go into the City College Alumni Hall of Fame. This is a wonderful award, and I will cherish it. I want to thank my friends and family for supporting me today and all the staff from City College that made this day special. Thank you.
So, Liz, on behalf of all of our students, faculty, staff, administration, the Alumni Association, and the Associated Student Body, it gives me a great pleasure to induct you into the Long Beach City College Hall of Fame. It's a very well-deserved honor. Thank you.
Our next nominee is a member of a family that's always been on the leading edge of providing access to medical care and community education. Dr. Martha Molina Bernadette is one of the top executives at Molina Healthcare, founded by her father, C. David Molina. While working in the ER, Dr. Molina noticed that low-income, uninsured, or non-English speaking patients were coming into the emergency room in need of general health care services. Without family doctors, they were not always getting the right care and information. He opened a clinic in Long Beach to provide at-risk families with a place to get personalized health care. Molina Healthcare, Inc. is now a multi-generational billion-dollar publicly traded, multi-state managed healthcare system. Never forgetting their roots, after their father's death in 1996, the Molina children, who were once put in charge of sweeping the floors, stocking shelves, and filing medical records, now lead the company's operations and strategic direction. Dr. Martha Molina Bernadette is the third family member to be inducted into the LBCC Hall of Fame. Her brothers were inducted in 2002 and 2012. Martha attended LBCC from 1981 to 1983. In 1985, she graduated with a BA in chemistry from California State University, Long Beach, and in 1989 received her MD degree from the University of California, Irvine. And if that wasn't enough, in 2001, she received an MBA from Pepperdine University. These educational achievements prepared her for her successful career as a doctor and administrator. In 1992, Martha started as a physician, then worked her way up to vice president and general manager of the 29 Molina Medical Centers before assuming her present role as executive vice president of development. Voted one of the most 25 influential people in Southern California, Dr. Martha Molina Bernadette was recognized for her work as an advocate for youth literacy programs, health, and education. She does this primarily through the Molina Foundation, a national nonprofit organization focused on reducing disparities in access to education and health. The inspiration for the Molina Foundation came in 2003, when she observed a little boy wanting to take a book home from her waiting room. She realized then that he may not have had any books, and she wanted to help children in his situation. Since its inception in 2004, the Molina Foundation has worked with more than 1,000 organizations and schools toward this end, donating nearly 3 million books and hosting workshops and programs for educators and families. The Molina Foundation works hand in hand with community-based organizations in vulnerable communities, partnering with preschool programs, clinics, schools, family service organizations, churches, and other civic organizations serving low-income and at-risk families. The primary focus is on working with organizations to make measurable impact in the lives of children and families through programs around education, literacy, health, wellness, or family support services serving low-income Hispanic children and families. It's not just healthcare and public education, but support for community colleges, especially Long Beach City College. The Molina family were honored by the American Association of Community Colleges with their Outstanding Alumni Award. Prior to Dr. C. David Molina's decision to enter medical school, he and his wife Mary were elementary school teachers. Thus, the Molina children were raised with a deep respect for education, medicine, hard work, and a love for LBCC. In fact, all 5 Molina children, Joseph, Martha, John, Janet, and Josephine, attended LBCC. The Molinas remained very involved with LBCC, with Dr. Molina Bernadette serving as a governor of the LBCC Foundation. The family continues to generously contribute to fundraising initiatives. For her exemplary personal success as a physician, her work as a community leader, for her unwavering support of LBCC, for her philanthropy, and for being part of a family that has changed the face of modern medicine, President Eloy Ortiz Oakley and the Long Beach Community College District Board of Trustees proudly induct Dr. Martha Molina Bernadette into the 2015 LBCC Hall of Fame.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank everybody that everybody before me has already thanked. And in the interest of time, I won't rename them. But a special thanks to Ginny Baxter, who has remained our connection and lifeline to Long Beach City College over the years. As the video said, City College has very deep roots in our family. Dad came here on the GI Bill, and I would say that I'm, along with my brothers and sisters, are examples of the Long Beach promise. I went to Kettering, Hill, Wilson, Long Beach City College, and Long Beach State before moving and going all the way down to UC Irvine for medical school. I want to remember a few professors that I had when I was here. Ron Wadera, who taught chemistry. And I will tell you that even today I use his jokes and try to sing Chlorine, Why Don't You Be True to my daughter as she's taking chemistry classes. Bob Monavani, who was in charge of the Honor Society and Career Guidance, a class that my parents required that I take while I was here and learned a lot from him. He actually died in a flash flood when I was in my 4th year of medical school. But he was had a very strong influence on my life. Dave Sholey, the physics professor, who I can remember took an incident where a friend of mine, who I'd known since junior high, was at City College with me, he'd been ejected from a ride at Disneyland. It was an accident. He fell out of the Thunder Mountain Railroad ride and survived. And told the story to Dave Sholey, who then made a physics problem out of it with all the vectors and the forces of what happened on that roller coaster ride. So I will say the one last thing that I tell everybody that I come across in my work is there was one class here at City College that I took that I use every day, and that was a technical writing course. It was taught by a woman who was a technical writer at Ford Aerospace. And her job was to teach those engineers how to write so that people could understand them. That class taught me skills that I used in responding to requests for proposals, in helping the company get its Knox-Keene license, and in the communications I use every day and employ every day. The other thing I learned was that City College was a place where people came from all walks of life, whether they were second language learners, new immigrants, people wanting to change careers midway, people who didn't know quite what direction they were going. My uncle came back to City College when he retired at 41, and ultimately they guided him to become an attorney. So it was the experience of going to school with both kids who were right out of high school like myself and adults who were returning for mid-year career enhancement or change that really made me a richer person. So I want to thank Ginny and thank Long Beach City College for this great honor. And of course, I want to thank my husband for all of his support and my family as well.
So Dr. Molina, on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, Associated Student Body, Alumni Association of Long Beach City College, we welcome you to the Long Beach City College and induct you into Long Beach City College Hall of Fame. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
If you ever win the lottery, or just have more money than you know what to do with, call in our next Hall of Fame nominee, Kevin Nagel. He knows exactly how you can invest it so you can make even more money and have fun at the same time. Kevin's story is one of early childhood borderline poverty that created an individual who now lives the American dream. He was born in Moorhead, Minnesota, and raised most of his life by a single mother who was a first-generation Italian immigrant. His early interests included sports, map making, collecting baseball cards, reading, and selling used golf balls. Kevin always seemed to be involved in a number of activities simultaneously. At Wilson High School, he was one of their top wrestlers, which led to a college scholarship opportunity. He was in the Key Club and fed his journalism interest by being editor-in-chief of the school's newspaper, The Loudspeaker, after serving as news and sports editor. He went on to Long Beach City College, where he continued to grow and expand his talents, becoming extremely involved as vice president of Tong, AMS secretary, ASB president, and numerous other activities. Kevin credits Dr. Beverly O'Neill, Dean of Student Affairs at the time, with shaping his career in many ways by modeling leadership skills and channeling his competitive nature. Kevin credits Long Beach City College for preparation that ultimately led him to receive both bachelor's and master's degrees in multiple disciplines and paved the way for an incredibly successful business career. As a top executive at the pharmaceutical manufacturing firm Upjohn, he managed that company's business for half the country in the 1980s and saw opportunities in the managed healthcare revolution, especially the baby boomer market. After 13 years in the pharmaceutical industry, he created and sold various companies as he developed more ways to make money solving social problems, in this case prescription drugs. Kevin made his most recent fortune as co-founder and former CEO of Envision Pharmaceutical Holdings, one of the 5 largest prescription benefit managers. Fortune magazine exposed some of the shadier practices of some PBMs, but our man Kevin is one of the white hats, and he received numerous awards by revolutionizing the industry with a new transparent business model. Kevin and his co-partners sold this company for $2.3 billion to Rite Aid, and now he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. At the moment, Kevin is involved in a number of activities as president and sole owner of the Nagel Company, which is engaged in real estate development, shopping malls, and other investments. In short, he plays Monopoly for real. Kevin is also the largest local shareholder and executive voting member of the NBA's Sacramento Kings, and he bought a controlling interest in Sacramento Republic FC, the new minor league championship soccer team that he hopes to grow into a major league soccer franchise. In short, it's the grown-up version of collecting baseball trading cards. Kevin is currently having fun on the board of directors of Moneda Ventures, a venture capital firm which has invested in numerous really interesting national companies, including Home Zeta, a digital home management platform, Fifth Planet, an online gaming company, Cura MD, a telemedicine company, MindTickle, a blend of online sales, training, and coaching, and Perkville, a social media-based automated rewards and referral program, just to name a few. The latest buzz is that Kevin is also getting into showbiz. He really does seem to be having a lot of fun. Kevin resides in El Dorado Hills, California, and throughout his career has always made time for family. He currently enjoys his lifestyle with daughters Lindsay and Haley, as well as his girlfriend Becky. Kevin is also really enjoying his latest acquisition, the cutest dividend ever, granddaughter Olivia Rose. A commitment to philanthropy rounds out Kevin's life. He currently serves as a board member of the St. Hope Public Schools in Sacramento, one of which was recognized as Charter School of the Year. In addition, he serves as a trustee on the board of St. Mary's College of California. He's also an advisor to the UC Davis Health Systems Board. In 2012, 2013, and 2014, the Sacramento Business Journal identified him as one of the top leaders and executives of the year. For his outstanding achievements in the world of business, for his exemplary work as a community leader, for his philanthropy, and for supporting young entrepreneurs, President Eloy Ortiz Oakley and the Long Beach Community College District Board of Trustees proudly induct Kevin Nagel into the 2015 LBCC Hall of Fame.
Got to see if I can do this without my glasses. Showed age there. Mr. President, wherever you are, Mayor O'Neill, college administrators, faculty members, esteemed alumni, Hall of Fame members, students of this great college, distinguished dignitaries who we missed, and of course, my wonderful family who's here today. Thank you for allowing me to stand here before you and accept this wonderful award from the city I grew up and the college that I came to love. I'm honored to receive this award. When I read this past inductees' names, this is a who's who of the best. Athletes, scholars, business leaders, lawyers, public servants, and it really goes on and on. After all, LBCC has a lot to be proud of with its rich local tradition, its wonderful California heritage, including past Hall of Fame inductees with national recognition, and many others yet to be named. But some of us didn't have it so easy growing up. For me, personally, and I know I really didn't have it the worst, some challenges that I had were few and that were confidential and personal that I really didn't talk about until recently. My life made me take a look at what we really wanted to do about life. But let me just share with you some of the things growing up along the way. Listening to my second grade teacher tell me that my mother, Kevin, is a remedial student and will likely repeat second grade. I can say that didn't happen. We were nearly evicted numerous times from our family home that we rented in Orizaba Avenue. As the homeowner whose daughter I attended school with during that time attempted to evict us, including lights out and no telephone. That happened numerous times. I was the one who unfortunately had to speak to the landlord, and I mean, it was something that I never forgot. But our family survived. Being told that I was not college material. Try working 30 to 40 hours a week while competing on the wrestling team and serving as editor-in-chief for the school newspaper. That counselor was wrong too. Instead, after passing up an athletic scholarship, I attended LBCC in the fall of 1972, lost and disengaged. The Vietnam War was winding down, but the draft was still active, and I knew that I had to hang on or I'd be shipped off to a war that I really didn't believe in. But I was fortunate. I pledged the social fraternity Tong and made new friends here. I started to engage in activities available at LBCC and student services and won several service awards. I tutored less fortunate students at schools in Long Beach and started to feel that I made a difference. I ran for offices within Tong and won, was elected to AMS secretary, and later on, I ran for student body president and was elected in 1974. During this time, my discipline and leadership skills were coached and mentored by one of our nationally recognized leaders in the U.S., Dr. Beverly O'Neill, the future president of Long Beach City College and later three-time mayor of the city of Long Beach, who led the city to a whole entire new era. What a terrific mentor to have for a lost young man in search of identity. I watched Beverly, listened to her, and believe some of my future success started right here at LBCC because Dr. O'Neill was leading by example and my work experience at the LBC bookstore. And what a great time I had with Tom Livengood. Jenny Baxter is the Beverly O'Neill in waiting, and I had a terrific group of other people that also surrounded me. I received my AA at LBCC, 2 BAs from Long Beach State, and 2 masters from the University of Southern California. And I was ready to take on the world. Those previous setbacks didn't matter to me, as I believe you can learn and be successful by dealing with adversity and dealing with defeat when you have great leaders that have taught you. I went on after 13 years as an executive of a Fortune 500 company and told I would never be the CEO because I didn't have what it took. So I left and started my own company, and 2 years later, sold it with my 2 partners to CVS for $200 million. We started another venture a year later and sold EnvisionRx to Rite Aid for $2.3 billion. A little bit of irony. During my time as a CEO, that CEO who told me that I would never be the CEO of the company because I didn't have what it takes lost his job. He came and asked me for an executive opportunities. You can imagine my internal smile. I attribute much of my success to many of it right here at LBCC. There's no way I'd be standing here today and not had the opportunities, belief, and will unless I embraced the LBCC opportunities following my dreams, imposing my will, and never giving up, and having the passion to succeed, and of course, having a fantastic family who are really with me during the good times and the bad. I want to thank you very much for inducting me into the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
What a career and life in Long Beach. Congratulations. On behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, alumni, student body, and Alumni Association, if I didn't say that, we're happy to induct you into the Long Beach City College Hall of Fame. Kevin, great.
Thanks.
Just Emery's going to do the closing, but afterward, if the 4 inductees could come forward, we want to get some pictures in front of the flowers and the banner.
So once again, congratulations to each of the inductees. It's very well deserved. Before I forget, there are additional certificates up here for each of you, so don't forget to walk away without those. Your accomplishments are very impressive, and we're very proud to call you our own. I encourage you to personally congratulate our new inductees. We appreciate your attendance today and encourage all of you to remain active with the college. Thank you for attending, and we hope to see you next year. And we also have, after this, if you want to join, we have an alumni mixer that's going on in the courtyard, so you're free to stay for that, or you can go home. It's your choice. Thank you for coming.